recording test to make sure things are going, but I just want to make sure everything is set sooner rather than later. And everything feels loud on my end. How about but how about I go into the game first, and I can see how I feel from there. I did turn it down to like... Now it's down to the usual 10 that I'm used to, so... I think we're as good as I'm gonna get. So, welcome back to Pokemon Fool's Gold. Probably the first time in like the 4 or 5 years I've been doing this that we had more than one stream within a year. Last time, from what I recall, we finished up with Neath Gym. I just can't quite recall if we finished up everything worth doing in Goldenrod City or not. I did remember one thing we should do before we head out, though. So, let me just triple check to make sure there's nothing else around here. There might be new activity going on in the underground because it's a new day and all. Is this the underground passage? No, this is the casino. Is this the CD underground? There's our CD little underground. We got Herbalane. Is your activity based on time or date? I thought these were based on day, but I'm pretty sure I saw her before. I do still have... Yeah, I have a literal revival herb from before. I guess I kind of just glazed through the shop and didn't really do much there. I would give my Pokemon a haircut, but I'm not really sure if there's a good purpose to that or not. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to use Return. I think more so, like, am I actually... screw it. I was going to say, does Happiness actually do anything for me? Besides, like, Return, which I'm not even sure if I'm going to be using anytime soon. But why not give our little Frosty a little... ice trim. Yeah, unless I like really start perking up, probably gonna keep this on the shorter end of things. I don't know, I feel like I should have more time to actually stream because I've had a little bit of extra time off this week, huh? See ya. Dangerous. I thought you get like the watering can from her though. I might be getting things mixed up with Heart Gold. Either way, the least we could do is actually go out to the route and see. All I remember is I tried to ignore as many trainers as possible because I was convinced that I would be swapping Pokemon soon. But I haven't really thought of anyone that I would directly want to replace on this team. So, for now at least, I don't see any reason not to just keep going. Are you going to the gym? Me too. Nah, if anything, I'm coming out from the gym. Oh, wait, this is new. I almost forgot we were playing Pokemon Fool's Gold for a second. Nice to see that, like, we're not too over-leveled. But then again, that was just for one Pokemon, so... just kind of balanced that way. Yeah, let me sip up, caffeinate up, and see if I'm got any more steam than I have previously, or like if the caffeine can at least directly translate into a little motivation. Why is Cozy out here when all these other Pokemon still need to level up? What typing is Razor again? Oh, Steel Fighting. That's why you have Karate Chop. Surprised I don't have a Steel type move yet, but then again, this is like early gen, so there's not really much purpose to the Steel typing from an offensive standpoint at the very least. Oh. AI swapping to block a super effective hit? What world are we living in? Sure, you know, I'm gonna just stay in and see what our Razor can do. I'm also kind of wondering if we got an opportunity for an HM move coming up. Let's see, I could... Yeah, I guess Soren could come in here and do... Oh, that's right, Onyx isn't Onyx anymore. Yeah, it just always takes a little bit to like get back in the swing of things. At least somehow I'm still doing super effective damage. It's probably just no longer part rock. So that's why it hasn't like completely knocked it out. There's an easy way to test this at least. Yeah, it's probably just a pure ground type. And Soren's already at level 19. And learning Sonic Boom. That's to like fix 20 HP damage. I'm not sure if that's really too useful at this point. Like, I want to try it, but I like all my other moves. We could, in theory, relearn Headbutt at any time, but I think in most situations, Headbutt is still gonna do more damage than Sonic Boom. Oh, I don't know. So what type is Diglett now? What the heck am I doing? I just fought a Diglett earlier on in this very battle. I literally sent out a Diglett. What do you mean you don't know what type Diglett is week 2? Well, at least we can roll with this. Because apparently their Diglett doesn't have Dig. So that just makes the perfect opportunity for mine to come in and sweep things up a bit. I don't know, I wanted to stream because I was really gung-ho about the whole actually doing Pokemon Fool's Gold streams in April, but I'm just not really feeling the energy vibe, I guess would be a way to put it. Which just feels odd to me because I've had so much time off. I've had more time than ever to actually do streaming and make videos, but just haven't... Oh! You're new, you're cute. It's the seal that's got the whole circus act in play. But like I was saying, like, I've been in a weird state this week of just not exactly opposed, but not really feeling up to actually doing any video making into like I've had the past couple days off, and yeah, I've been able to keep myself really busy with just errands and all that. You still look like you're... I was gonna say you still look pretty normal, but that doesn't look like something a pure normal type would do. Nope, I got fooled. And I think this is a big thing. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna have any videos this week. Not because I don't have so many video recordings to do, but because I haven't really felt up to editing things. Well, I don't even think I have any Pokemon that would work well against the Psychic type. So I guess we'll just stay in. Did I even do anything yet? Oh, that's not a good move to actually mimic. Maybe now would be a good time to make the swap though. Come on out, Polaris. Just need something to soak up that inevitable karate chop coming my way. And of course just realized now that I sent the one Pokemon that needs the experience the least. Oh well. Oh, learning Light Screen this early is pretty huge though. I guess I also don't need both Headbutt and Supersonic, and Swift. I think Polaris is more of a special attacker. Let me double check that. When I get an opportunity to. See, you got 24 attack and 39 special attack. Oh shoot, I just realized this is Gen 2, so Headbutt probably would have been the better move, because I'm pretty sure they're all normal types. Or like all physical attacks. Well, I mean, if we really want it, I could go back into the forest and just reteach Headbutt. Yeah, we got options. But like I'm trying to say, like, I'm not actually sure why, but I haven't really found like good motivation to do much editing or commentating. Despite all the cool stuff going on this weekend, like, there's a lot of festivals, or like a lot of in-game events, like, Champions have been consuming my life, though I've been getting into the habit of taking a break from it from every other day, because I started out, I have this weird cycle of Champions where I like start out playing fun for like the first half hour, but when I get stuck in the rank cycle of going back and forth between win-loss, 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 it kind of gets old. But yet I can't stop myself, and so I just feel like I end up wasting a couple hours ending off with negative vibes, even if I start out with positive vibes going into the game. So, your guess is as good as mine about the best way to approach that. Oh, what a perfect time to put my Ice-type Pokemon in the lead. I'm sure this won't backfire in any meaningful way. Is Pokemon like in the lower left corner in every other game or something? Because there's been multiple times in this stream alone that I've gone to that corner looking for looking for Pokemon and just pulling up the item bag instead. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, like this, I can't... Now that I've given myself some time to get into the groove of live streaming, I'm enjoying myself. Like I knew I would. Just at this point, my mind's just like all over the place because just conflicted between all sorts of different things I want to do. Wait, why does a fire breather have Hitmonchan? Do I leave my rock type in and find out? Sure. Ah! It's got fire fighting. Fire fists. Is it still part fighting? It looks like it could still be part fighting. There is one way to find out. And Comic Punch is normal, not fighting, despite being a punch. Hitmonchan is weird. I'm not surprised, but still. Dang it, I did the thing I was just talking about earlier. And like, this would be a cool time to bring in a water type, but I don't have a water type. I have like 2 Pokemon weak to fire, or 3 technically. And no direct fire counter. Oh, 4 actually, okay. I'm starting to remember why I thought I like needed to take some time and just rework my entire team. The problem is I like all these little goobers, and I wouldn't be able to decide who I actually would replace with who. Did I ever find that Porygon? I know that it's at least something I was considering putting on the team in some shape or form. Things slow. There's also that Slowpoke, which I forget if it's pure electric or water electric in this game. But I suppose that's an option as well. Oh, how are you still hitting me, even with like 2 accuracy drops? Please stop hitting me. You lucky son of a gun! You actually getting all 5 of those hits. Before I go rambling on, maybe we do need to rework the team. I forgot I haven't fought. I forgot. I guess we got a little more time. I guess I could talk about, like, today in particular, because I probably won't get around to that the next time I do a game and show. But kind of a pretty exciting day. I went out for a walk this morning, and before I could even... Alright, you're part ice. Not sure how the logic behind that works, besides you kind of have white specks and all that. What can they even do with Pokemon? Anyways, yeah, point I was trying to get at before, like, I pulled out Pokemon Go. Like, I made a little stop to reconnect to Go Plus before I went into the park that I was planning to walk at. And there was a few cast forms there, so I just checked one. And it was immediately a shiny. Which is kind of funny, because the day before, I found a normal shiny cast form. And right before going for this walk, I was posting on Blue Sky about how that's nice and all, but it's kind of underwhelming that the shiny that I got that day was the normal cast form when I've gotten so many already. And I was especially after like checking several dozen rainy form cast forms. So funny enough that less than a couple hours after making that post, I just find the raining shiny cast form right there and there. I found that incredibly amusing. Alright, hi youngster Joey. don't feel like walking all the way back to the beginning of the game just to fight you. I'm probably gonna need to refight some trainers eventually though if I'm gonna rebuild my team from scratch. At least let's get everyone healed up so I can figure out what I'm gonna do about that. I forgot to mention that, like, the crazy part was that it was far from the only shiny I got that day. I think I found like at least four shiny Pokemon. Let's see, the cast form, 2 separate shiny Laprases, and 2 separate shiny Lunatones, if all things. Like, Lunatone's not even boosted. Like, Lunatone's not even part of the event, let alone boosted, and yeah, is running into that like crazy. Let's reevaluate the team and come to a choice. So, Polaris is pure ice, but it's our starter. And, like, why would I turn out a cool looking Cyndaquil line? So, Frosty is staying for sure. I like Cozy, but they are kind of just... She is kind of just a pure fire type, and, well, Recover is really neat. A pure fire type is... might not be that great with coverage. I guess I shouldn't be as worried, because, like, the big thing is, like, being super weak to fire. And Cozy's not an issue about that. So let's focus on the other Pokemon. Polaris. We spent a lot of time with Polaris. It's got the Bug Electric type. It just learned Light Screen. How do I check the move's powers in this game? Something sounds like dumb. Solran, I hate to get rid of because we spent so much time just trying to get it. And then spent so much extra time in Pokeballs catching a separate one, so I didn't have to teach HM moves to it. And Razor is really funny. So it's a problem, like, seeing an argument for, like, keeping all of them. But we have way too much of a weakness to fire. Someone should take a break at the very least. Let me double check my options for fire types. Or like... a little tempted to box Polaris because it's not as cute as its pre-evolved form, but it's still pretty... I formed up to it a bit since the whole evolution thing. I do kind of think like Soren might be my better option though. So at least until just long enough for me to figure out who I actually want to bring. Alright, this is... I made a separate box for catching Pokemon, so I gotta change the box over. Now we can deposit. Then withdraw. Where is that? You're just pure electric, and I think your Jigglypuff is also that way. You're a ghost type. I felt like I have needed a dark type. Maybe ghost would also do the trick. But do I really want to throw yet another Sentret onto the team? Or I mean another Mareep? Cubone is also pure. Where's that Slowpoke? No one hiding in any of these other boxes. Oh, I do have a box literally labeled team on the bottom here. I'll have to do some sorting later on. Not sure why you're here. Might withdraw you just so I can get you out. So normal flying. I forget if I need a flying type, but there's probably more interesting ways to get it. Okay, you're just pure electric. Right, I was raising egg a little. It's a ground type, which would cover my pretty massive fire weakness, but I do have a rock type already. It's also good against electric, but it's not like I have anything that weak to it. The issue is like I think my team could really use a water type, but I don't know if I really have any of those. So a lot of the water types I would normally go for have been replaced with water. I think what I'm trying to say is I could really use a water type, but I am not finding any here and now. I might need to do some depositing just to clean out some of these Pokemon that I have no intent on using that just stumble their way into this box. Earbud Grass. Don't think I'm really interested in using that. It was nice to have you. You're Steel Flying. I'm really attached to the Steel type I already have. I was leaning towards that Porygon, but I thought I made a diligent attempt to look for it the other day. So, I guess Soran can stay in here for now. But when... Grass is more viable than Bug, but Electric is very useful in its own right. Thing around box. And actually, while I'm cleaning out while I'm organizing my Pokemon storage, maybe I should look into my item storage as well. One day we'll use these X items, I say. Yeah, like, it's way too early for the Revival Herb, even though I did spend money on it, but I'm not intent on using it right now. How many Pokeballs did I have? I might need to get my butt back over to the shop and restock. 8 Pokeballs and 8 Great Balls. I guess that might be enough for like a little early game hunting. We'll need to like find that stupid Porygon that I know, according to the Pokedex, is in this grass. But I keep finding way too realistic Snubbles instead. You are new. Did not realize Diddle was square. I don't know if we really got room for a Diddle on the team, but I do want to catch it at the very least. Surely a Powder Snow won't be too powerful. Okay, you're not a normal type in this game. Having a non-normal type that can transform is interesting. And I guess I'll continue to whittle you down with Powder Snow, because if it did that much from resisting before, then surely it would... Ugh. Funny enough, I think that the whole Powder Snow was more powerful than the Mud Slap, but I am trying to chip this thing down slowly but surely. Question is, can I get away with Pokeballs? Or should I really bust out the Great Ball? I guess we can start with a Pokeball and then see. 1, 2, 3. It was close. I'm willing to try one more, and if that doesn't work, I'll just go get the Great Balls. We can buy them now. Yeah, I guess I just got real lucky with that first one. Alright, surely you'll stay in this Pokeball. 1, 2, 3. This is not... it's not too foreboding if I do say so myself. 3... I don't think I have any one that can paralyze it. Nope. All I can really do is keep throwing the Great Balls. Surely you gotta work eventually. It's the strongest Pokeball I currently have buying access to. Ditto can't be that hard to catch. Come on, you're a level. I know levels don't matter in these early games, but you're not a legendary. You're just Ditto. Fine, you're more than just a Ditto. You are a special Ditto. Dittos are special and deserve to break out all the Pokeballs they possibly want. I was really hoping that would work. I only got so many Great Balls, so I'm kind of regretting not stocking up on more. I just got done saying, surely I don't need that many Pokeballs just to catch a couple random wild Pokemon. There we go, finally. Diddle's data was newly added to the Pokedex. Alright, it's a Steel type. Many believe it did not evolve organically, and was created in a lab to emulate any Pokemon it sees. I forgot to give it a name, but we are, like, right next to the town where the name reader is. Yeah, it's a Steel type. And I already got a Steel type that I'm way too happy with. Still, I probably need to go get some more Great Balls after the whole excursion that you put me through. And I don't know if there's... a way to tell if Porygon is a day or nighttime counter. I guess there's one way. Before then, no, just save to be on the safe side. Is Pokemon Fool's Gold Porygon available at all days, all times? There you go, the official site in Google Docs. That sounds like the right place to go. Oh, you get it with fishing and surfing. I guess that makes sense with it being a water type. But still, man, I was so looking forward to actually finding one of those things. But at least it's good I didn't waste my entire time. Do I even have a fishing rod? I do have the old rod. I'm not sure if that would be good enough, though. What I do know is that we probably need to stock up on more Pokeballs. And I'd probably want to buy TMs or something eventually, but I need to make sure I have put money aside for Pokeballs before I do any of that. I just realized if I go with Porygon as my water type, then my team is still incredibly weak to fighting type Pokemon. And I hate that. So I have an ice type, a steel type, and I'll have a normal type. But I don't even see any other water types around here, so oh, it's incredibly weak. Like, maybe it would be worth replacing Tony with a ground type, just to reduce how many of my Pokemon are weak to fighting type moves. But first things first, we're going fishing for a rubber ducky. I think that was the first time we actually bothered to pull up a guide for this game. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a habit out of that or not, because a lot of the fun of this game is just a surprise for running into stuff. You know, it's a leech, but it would still be a water type and probably evolves into something cool. Okay, it looks like you can get it in some places with the old rod, but not all of them. Maybe I'll just KO it and see. Because our team is kind of getting close to the level 20s. So if I do train it up, we're not too far away from... We're not too far away from seeing what it evolves into. It might be worth throwing it on the team real quick just for that. Oh right, it's ground this game, not water. The invasive larva often attaches itself to the legs of unsuspecting wanderers and eventually evolving into Gyarados. I do have myself real curious of... Oh, I never deposited that diddle. Real curious of what that thing evolves into. And it gives me a good opportunity to double check to see if I could actually even get Porygon at this point before I waste essentially all my time. What box am I even on again? Okay, box 1. So Ditto can go away. We'll withdraw the Magikarp and maybe I'll train it up and see what it falls into. Oh man, Gen 2 box management. There's a lot of stuff that I don't mind from the older games, but that is one thing I don't miss. Do I really want to spend the entire stream grinding just to see what the magic carpet falls into, though? It is tempting. Because the problem is, like, it's a ground type, so I'm a lot more interested in egg. If I'm gonna raise a ground type, I could just raise up egg instead. But I do get myself morbidly curious what the heck is going on with this thing. I guess there was like a couple places where there was Pokemon I wanted to find, but never got a good opportunity to do so, so maybe we could like have Polaris take a little bit of a break and race up egg to see if we can get to evolve. I'm not sure of the happiness evolution. Oh, thinking more about it, I should have totally just saved the daycare for that. Let's see. Magikarp is level 10. It's gonna take a lot of switch training just to get it back up to the levels of the rest of the team. Alright, this is Route 34. While I do a little grinding, I'm gonna double check to see if Route 34 is one of the routes where I need a good rod. So it's like 90% for surfing, 10% with the good rod. Oh. It was Route 34, not 35 that we were on, right? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna know the answer to that until I double check. And you're part flying, so then my moves are actually good, so I've just spread that experience even across even more Pokemon that gonna make this process of getting this Magikarp leveled up even more of a Herculean task. I gotta double check the name of this route. Yeah, this is Route 34. The route above is Route 35 though, and there's about 30% chance to find it with the old rod. I'm sorry for people who were actually expecting progress in this stream, cause it feels like it's just gonna be a Pokemon catching stream again. Maybe even a little bit of grinding stream too, because I still feel like you don't really need to grind in these older games unless you count getting every single Pokemon, or I mean unless you count doing every battle across your normal route. But in order to like level up the Magikarp to the rest of the team and stuff like that, it feels like grinding is going to be at least a little bit enough at this point. Oh, it's so fluffy! Have we seen a Looper before? Oh man, now I want to catch this thing too. Where would this little fellow even fit on the team? Wait, I just realized that maybe an Ember is too strong. Shoot. Well, I'm sure it'll be far from the only thing we find in here. What do you got for bite number 2? The Encore the Fluffy! Unfortunately, like, Magikarp can't do anything right now. Man, look how little experience it got. Who wouldn't hit too hard? I'm tempted to go to Mudslap for Chip, but it looks like a Cloud. Like something that would be weak to fighting, or... It would be a flying type, is what I'm trying to say, so I don't even know if we get hit by the... Oh, you're another ice type, aren't you? Because, I mean, I was going for Clouds, but... Now that I see you do that, I could see it being like a snow cloud. I'm still gonna catch it though, just so we can see for ourselves, but... we don't have room on the team for another ice type. I like my Cloudle too much. Ah! You're not even gonna let me find out, are you, game? Well, we are still looking for the rubber duck, so... I guess we still got some time. I do need a water type that's not part normal, like something. I need a water type that's not weak to steel. Well, if it is an ice type and not a flying type, then maybe I can chip it down with... Huh. Okay, so you are part flying. You just are a weather cloud. Which probably means that using an ice type move against you would be a bad idea. But I can't really think of a good way to get you any weaker than that, and I don't want to waste all my money on Great Balls and Ultra Balls and that assortment of Shinobis. Well, at least we can see what type Wooper is and if we can do anything with it. It is pure flying. Wooper weighs nearly nothing. They love to float around and are active on humid days. Well, I'm gonna give it a name in case I decide to think of on a way to fit into the team. What do we name our little cloud friend? Oh shoot, I never went on live on Twitch. I forgot to hit the button. This is a little awkward place to start the Twitch stream on. Not sure the last time someone's actually watched from the Twitch stream, but stay the tile. We just got to catch people up with the Twitch chat. I won a few battles in this route, realized that my team was incredibly unbalanced, so I said screw it and decided to just go catch Pokemon for this stream, or at least until I can come up with a good team. This little guy may be a good candidate because it's a pure flying type, and it's just a fun little citrus cloud. I'm gonna go with Floof. I gotta remember that, like, all my team members are cap locked. I made that mistake with someone previously. Yeah, I really don't know how we're gonna... I also caught myself in Magikarp, quote unquote, because I am really curious to see how they are in this game. Or like what it evolves into in this game, but I'm not sure if I got the patience to like grind it up into a Gyarados. Time will tell, because we're currently fishing in this spot, looking for not the Wooper, but Porygon. I normally like play this game blind without looking up resources, but I was real curious about Porygon in particular because I came across it in a Pokemon battle, but didn't exactly have a trainer to actually use it. Or I mean, like I saw it in the Pokedex because I fought against one in a trainer battle, looked it up in the Pokedex, saw that it was like on these routes, but could not find it after doing a bunch of grass checks. So then I decided to look it up online, and I saw that, like, I think on Route 35, you can get one for a 30% chance with fishing. In theory. I'm not really, I'm kind of having my doubts, though. Because so far in this spot, I've only seen the clouds! Hey! There it is. Unfortunately, it's probably just as weak as everything else I've used so far. Laser, you got anything that's not too devastating? We might be able to make Fury Cutter work if I'm careful and not too crazy about it. I'm so conflicted because I did want to put this thing in the team, but part of the reason I'm thinking about getting new Pokemon is to try to balance out my team a bit. And the big issue is that my team has two major weaknesses right now, one of them being fire, and the other being fighting type. This Porygon would not help me alleviate the latter. Ah, frick. I should have known, but hey, gives us more chances to train that Magikarp. Maybe we'll actually get a level before the day is said and done. Now the thing is, what I did before couldn't work. I just gotta be careful. Just gotta remember to stop after 2 Fairy Cutters instead of going for the 3. And did it just say that they're lowered special defense? I think so. I do not think I'm in the mood for this. Well, at least I know it won't knock it out. I'm just concerned that it won't do. Let's just justify it before this evasion stuff gets completely out of hand. I guess I'll try one more water gun. I'm a little worried that I'm just gonna take so long in weakening it that it's gonna get all these evasion hits off and I'm not gonna be able to do anything to it, but I mean, it seems like we're doing okay so far. Nothing too crazy yet. That's in like the perfect range. Now, I think I'm gonna just go for the Great Ball because it's like Porygon's like, I imagine would be a Pokemon that's has a pretty high catch rate. But maybe I could conserve some money by just going for the Pokeball. We don't really know. Porygon is even like the rubber Pokemon. Surely this is Rubber Ducky inspired. An artificial Pokemon created to explore the seas is made completely out of rubber. We only got one name. It's even like a bird icon. We definitely gotta call this thing Ducky. Ducky was sent to Bill's PC. So, I guess the big dilemma is Do I want to go with Egg or Magikarp for my ground type? And do I want to bring in Coney? Or do I want to bring in Ducky despite the inevitable issues with the type is? Thanks, I was reading my Pokemon wife you see. Shocked to find an egg! How incredible is that? Well, would you like to say? Sure. But sure, I guess if there's any way... I'm a little worried about, like, money... Actually, them taking my Pokemon hostage from just... by raising it to the point where it costs more to take it out than I can ever afford, but... Oh, we got Floof too. Let's start with getting Ducky. Like, Floof has all the weather moves. We can make a fun weather team with Floof. I don't really know, like... I'm not really sure what direction I would want to go with Floof in that sense. And, like, it's good, but it's not like... Polaris... I completely forgot that I still had Polaris in the box. So, I guess we are gonna dump off Coney. Again, I don't really like it from more than just I do like Coney, but it would be an easy way to like reduce the fighting and the water weakness that our team has. Even if I just end up replacing it with a ground type. So I guess for now we can like deposit Coney, and if I change my mind I can always come back for it later. Now, until I find an electric type that I really want more, I guess we can keep Polaris on the team. So, how does everything look? Well, the main issue is that we got a lot of work to do. We want to catch up Ducky and Egg with the rest of the team. Granted, we do have some trainers coming up, so I guess now's as good a time as any. But also, I'm kind of thinking like it might be worth backtracking to try to get some of the Pokemon that I missed along the way too. There is also that officer up in the northern route that I might as well do now while I actually have a good opportunity to. And Sigly could also knock out that side quest, I think. We got... I guess what I'm getting at is that if I want to buy myself some time to actually catch some Pokemon or get their experience up, I guess there's plenty of reasons to backtrack. And shoot, I didn't realize how much money just buying 5 Great Balls was. I thought I was still saving some money to actually do stuff with. Maybe we will go back and fight youngster Joey. He wants to fight so bad, and I could really use the extra money wherever I can get it. So, step 1. Try to go up ahead and see if I can get that Farfetch. Wait, I probably have to deposit a Pokemon in order to have a slot open for it, right? I think the funniest part is that I started editing a video where that was just me reacting to some of the Pokemon. I think I started up a video reacting to starter Pokemon or Pokemon in this game, and I just got to a point where I put it aside and never came back to finishing editing it. That would have been a good thing to have uploaded by now, so I could actually like show it like a stream trailer or whatever. But yeah, here we are. I can't even see how long we've been going. Oh, and there's a bug catching contest. I didn't even think about that. But where's the bridge? Where's the guy that has like the Farfetch quest and all that? Could have sworn that he was around here somewhere. I guess I could check this grass real quick. And maybe get into a fight or two along the way. And oh, there was a PC right in that building, wasn't there? Well, that's fine. Surely I can handle this with 4 Pokemon, or 5 Pokemon, even though like 2 of them are so weak, they might as well just be 4. And Comfy would have been really useful right about now. But I guess it is what it is. The problem with this strat is that Disabled's eventually gonna work, and then I'm gonna like be stuck with all these other terrible moves. And the other thing is, I think we've had Powder Snow since we've gotten Frosty. It feels like we're well overdue for a new Ice-type move that actually does damage. Huh, I shouldn't have lost that. If you say so. Well, if I get something cool along the way, at least I can like immediately put it in the boxes or put it in the party and start raising it up. Alright, you're Ghost. Can I take you out with just my egg here without swap? Because that would probably be a good experience for egg if I can. But man, that was like completely non-existent damage. Though I did also just remember that like we've gone from so many places. Oh, what? That's right. Why did I try to do normal type move against the Ghost type? You see, I think this could still be like a good opportunity for getting Egg up level, because Egg doesn't have great moves, but we've got a lot of TMs since I last used Egg. So I think that in of itself might be might make the whole grinding Egg up a little bit easier. And especially if we like backtrack and we can like get Headbutt for Egg. I'm still conflicted about if I want to use Egg or not. I'm really curious about that Magikarp, but I feel like I gotta earn the right to actually know what that's about. Oh, we did get Headbutt as a TM. So I think first thing I'm gonna do is get rid of... Do I get rid of Swift for Headbutt? Swift feels more appropriate, but I'm still having my doubts if it's stronger or not. Ah, sure. Now, unfortunately, Ducky doesn't get Headbutt. But I'm not sure if we're gonna find too many things that Ducky can use. Can Ducky get Mud Slap? No? How about Swift? Yes. That'd probably be a significant upgrade from... Yeah, that's just an overall upgrade from Tackle. Attract, Fairy Cutter, and 8 gems. I didn't try Sweet Scent. Yeah, I figured. Well, that should make battling with Egg significantly easier at the very least. Kinda wish we had better moves, or like, could find something to replace Tackle with, but I guess flat out getting Headbutt isn't necessarily a bad thing either. And that's still not great damage. I totally forgot that we were going up against a fighting type. Alright. Egg is ground, not necessarily rock type or normal type. It's still taking a decent amount of damage. And unfortunately the only thing I have to really swap into is Polaris. Other stories, feels like you think I would have a lot more to talk about with having a longer weekend than usual, but the big issue is that, like, game design, feels like a lot of my time has been eaten up by errands and game design. Been doing some work on Firebrand Dash, but not sure if there's really, like, anything cool worth knowing about. Before I get too caught up in that, though, this seems like it's new. Hello, my name is Anderson. I'm the brother of Baba, the warden of the old Safari Zone in Fuchsia. Unlike him, I sell rare Pokemon directly. You want to buy one of my rare Pokemon? It's only way more money than I have. You can't get these anywhere else in Johto. You don't have enough money? Okay. First we're fighting literal bulldogs, and now we got shady Pokemon selling practices. Maybe this game isn't as innocent as I thought. I mean, more of a curiosity. I don't even know if it would be worth the 5,000 Poke, but more of a curiosity's definitely got me tempted. Speaking of, you're just out here on your own. What kind of balls do you use? Whoever catches the Pokemon! Speaking of, I probably should get more Pokemon. And where's the... Okay, I think I'm starting to remember where the gate is. It's a little further up ahead, but not too much further. Ducky, you're not fit to handle this. I'm not really feeling too keen about swapping directly into Frosty either, but I'll take the risk. That still hurt. Still gonna knock me out. Whoa. Go Polaris, I guess. I guess I shouldn't consider boxing you when you've been carrying this team so much. Oh, don't mind that pop, that's just some pop. Literally. Okay. Light screen is for special moves. Do I want to try to confuse you? Or do I just go for the hit? Right, you're part flying. I'm so focused on your fighting typing, I didn't even consider the fact that you're literally a bird. Oh, great. And Pidgeotto's probably going to be even stronger, but these other Pokemon that I want to use aren't going to get any stronger if I'm not... It's just a more buff Pidgey! I think that... I don't even think it's got any facial resemblance to Pidgeotto. It's just a bigger Pidgey sprite! It's even still got the puny little bell sprout legs. Totally did not take part in leg day in the slightest. Oh my god, I can't believe... maybe the tail feathers are Pidgey yellow, but I can't get over the fact that it's just a fatter Pidgey. I'm so glad how much Polaris is carrying us right now, despite being a bug type. You think like that might be a problem for the flying type or whatever. But we managed! We managed! Do I dare go the long way around? Probably not. I still don't know about this house. I gotta be careful because there is one trainer here I haven't fought. I probably need to go back and heal. Again. I think I could go up a little bit further if I want to actually do the trading thing, but also I almost totally forgot about the bug catching contest. We're already past an hour in, so I might just forego my backtracking plans for now and just take on the bug catching contest. Who knows? There might be even something more incredible just waiting for us beyond the horizon. Question is, who would be my best catching Pokemon, because I guess Mud Slap and Sweet Scent and Recover might be good. Your main problem is that you're fire and like Ember probably like obliterate everything. But on the flip side, you'd be able to endure stuff pretty well. So let me see. Is Sweet Scent is a TM, or yeah. Oh, did I completely overlook Rollout and didn't even try checking to see if any of our new team friends can learn it? Yeah, like A can learn Rollout. That'll like make up for Tony not being on the team a little. And I was already being lazy not uploading the thumbnail last time, nor for this stream. But if I do this stream again, especially in this month, I gotta remember to I gotta update the thumbnail, because we're getting new, especially if I decide to swap around my team, as it does feel like it's panning out to be. Yeah, let's double check your moves, and if I can give you something that's a little bit more decent in damage, but isn't completely overwhelming, then maybe. It's weird that you can learn Headbutt, but you can't learn Swift. Oh well. This will work for the bug catching contest, though. Have I ever even talked to you? Oh yeah, you're talking about the multiplayer that I probably can't do anything about. Alright. Right, I never swapped my key item back over to the bike. For some reason, I didn't even think I needed it. I guess I'm just so old school like that. One day I will fight you. Speaking of fighting things, before I forget. You know, you got a full team. I could, like, swap the heal at the PC if we have to. Let's take care of this guy before I forget about him. You got ground 2. I'm not sure if it's bravery or foolishness, but I'm kind of wondering if, if Ducky had a water type move, then I would consider it, but I'm not really sure. Gotta think that viably. I just realized I might want to have Sweet Scent for the battle itself. Or for the bug catching contest, if only because it'll make getting encounters a lot easier, but then I won't have an easy move to get some damage off with that doesn't just completely wipe them out off the face of the planet. The choices are foreboding. You know, let's get Egg out here and see, because I'm curious if any of our underleveled newer editions could do anything. I don't know. I gotta not spam the buttons if I want to actually do anything, but I guess it doesn't matter because it just got one-shotted. I guess that makes sense when it's like several levels lower and taking super effective damage, but I don't know. I thought I could get away with it. It's Fire Ice, so I can't send Frosty out against it. Technically, I shouldn't really be sending Razor out against it, but I'm willing to risk it to get that. I'm really willing to risk that stuff with the ice type. I mean, though, I was ready to cry chop this thing, even if it meant taking an ember to the face. Was what I was trying to get at. But now we're out here, and I'm like, screw it. The experience is already getting botched between so many of our Pokemon. I might as well just stay in here a little bit to see if Frosty can take a hit or two. And one of these days, getting 2 accuracy drops on a Pokemon is actually going to mean something. I don't know if today is really that day, though. There we go. I wasn't sure if all these accuracy drops were actually going to mean anything or not. Now to I just realized that the forceful PC healing method is going to be a bit more tedious in this sort of box format. But it's fine, I suppose. We just gotta deposit the Pokemon, withdraw them, and we should be good to go. Not even sure how much it really matters because we're just about to do the bug catching contest where we only get 1 Pokemon. But if I'm willing to put up with it, if only because it means I don't less likely to forget about them later. And you know something I could do to make doing this with Cozy a little easier? Take away his charcoal for a little bit so I'm less likely to accidentally knock something out. If I do decide to do the heal, use a fire type move on it. But either way, I am ready to see what sorts of crazy madness this sorry excuse for a game is willing to call a bug type. Oh shoot, that's right. Gotta put it in the front. And I think you lose access to the bag when you go in here anyway, so am I absolutely sure there's not something I wanna get? I'm really sure there's no way I can keep Sweet Scent in. Headbutt on this move pool. I don't think so, especially because I don't want to get rid of Recover, because I can't learn that back, and that should be good for here. And I've made an argument for Ember. And the other moves that I had. Alright. And I guess I don't... I guess I could get around the whole step thing. Oh, it's literal time-based, not step-based like the Safari Zone. Alright, let's get into the grass and catch some Pokemon. Oh, right, I forgot how creepy and sinister Spinarak is. I don't know if it'd give me a good score for the bug catching contest, though. I guess I could just throw a random ball and see what happens. Like, if I catch it in full health, that alone would make it a strong candidate for the contest. Oh, it's Bug Ghost. Oh, but man, I was already planning on using Polaris, and Bug Electric is cool in its own right. But man, having a Ghost type would be so cool, and I really like Spinarak. The Spinarak... Surely this Spinarak evolves into something even cooler than the Ariados. But I'll probably like find something like once I make my way to the tall grass. Probably find something even rarer. Well, let's do that. I don't think Venonat... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Venonat was rarer than Spinarak, but not to the point of being worth getting rid of it. So we can bug Pokemon first and throw a ball. If you're a coward, because you get more points if you catch them at full health. Oh! Oh! You! I have a bone to pick with you. I am definitely catching you and keeping you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You will be coming with me this time. And you are not putting me up with like several hours of grinding again. Like, I probably need the Lord to help in order to catch this thing, but also I know that the stupid test penalizes you the more that you weaken the Pokemon, and you know, if that's the most that Decipher can do, then maybe I will just chuck Pokeballs at it. Wow, I can't believe I actually caught it this time, especially at this full health. Sorry, Spinarak. Oh, Bug Fire! Oh, because it's a Fire Ant. Its sting is incredibly painful, but it will only use it to ward off him. Oh, but man. But Cozy, my friend. Let's see, it's higher level and more health too. I think this is a keeper. I almost want to just end it off like this, but I gotta at least talk to the people while we're in the bug catching contest. And joke's on you, I caught myself a Cypher already. But man, all these years, literal years, trying to catch a Cypher and just failing wonderfully. They've finally come to an end as I get a Cypher on my second encounter in the bug catching contest. Because of course. You know, I think it's worth just checking out what else is around here and then ending off the contest afterwards. Yeah. You're all nice, but none of you really like stack up to a Cypher. The best part? It is not weak to it's not weak to fire or fighting. Ah, man, but, oh, man. Like, Cozy with, like, the support, with, like, the recover? There's a lot of cool Pokemon in this game. It makes it really hard to, like, box a Pokemon to try to make room for a Pokemon that makes the team better. I'm being really hard, trying really hard not to say better Pokemon, because that's a selfish way of looking at it. I just want to, like, have my team a bit more balanced, actually have answers for a wider variety of types. Because look at me, I'm just doing these battles to level up Cozy, even though I kind of got a feeling that, like, I might be replacing her with this Cypher after too long. Did I talk to everyone here? What the heck is they do with Pinsir? Is that supposed to be like a dung beetle and that's just like a huge... Or is that more like a rock? Oh man, no. No. I gotta see what the deal is with Pinsir. But I don't want to give up my Cypher for it. Alright, that is neutral. So it's probably a rock. I don't know what else I'd be doing with these park balls anyway, so we might as well at least catch it and see what it's like. I guess I do stream on Saturday, so we could always, like... I could always, like, come back here next week and just do the bug catching contest again if I wanted to get the other Pokemon. Oh. But... this might be a little problematic. The worst part is I just don't know which is... I don't know which would be better, Cypher or Pinsir. I think they're even at the same level. Ah, it is a bug rock type. The boulder that it rolls around is actually Pinsir's... So similar composition as granite. Cool, fun fact, bro. Totally needed to know that. See, they're same level. Cypher technically does have more health. No offense, Pinsir. It's just we've had a whole saga with Cypher that I'm not willing to give it up easily. So Bug Rock would allow me to, like, keep Cozy on the team. Choices. Like, I really should just end it off here with a... I caught a Cypher with basically perfect health. I don't see myself really topping that. But I'm having fun just roaming around here. Burning bugs, pretending that I'm actually gonna catch anything besides the Cypher. Who knows? Who knows, we may run into a shiny Pokemon, and that could be its own ordeal. I did let myself get paralyzed by a Ladybug though, so that might be a sign to stop. Let me just check in on... Let me just make sure I'm not missing any trainers to talk to. If I run into a couple more bugs along the way, it's not like I'm going to complain. Alright, this one's also level 13 at full health. Why not? Let's throw a ball. If I manage to catch a Cypher at full health, that would technically be better than the one we got, and be a fun excuse to actually have a female Cypher. We're probably gonna be here a while. I'm really just running laps over my 2023 self if I actually manage to catch a Cypher at full health. And the cool part about being paralyzed is that I can't be poisoned. I have recover, so I can just heal myself up. if it does manage to do a devastating amount of damage to me, I can do this all day. The only thing that's stopping me is the number of park balls that I have left. I don't know. I talk a big talk, but I'm not sure if I'm really feeling up to actually committing to trying to catch this thing without weakening it in the slightest. Especially because, like, without the Mud Slap, it's not like I can, like, count on it missing. Nice to at least get used out of recover, though. Two, three. I thought I was actually gonna get it. One, two, three. No, I really should stop trying to cap my soda pop. It's gonna just keep popping the lid like that because I keep neglecting actually drinking it. But I really don't want the caffeine. I really don't want the carbonation to get out. That's like a huge chunk of the reason I drink the stuff in the first place. Because of soda without any carbonation, it's just glorified salty water. Yeah, this isn't working. I think I got incredibly lucky. So, just with catching as little health as I did previously. So, I'll do one Mud Slap. It might have more health than before. This is like my last Pokeball anyways. I can't believe one Mud Slap's enough to just catch this thing so easily. Alright. And this, oh man, especially I wanted a female Cypher. The one I previously caught technically has like 1 health point more. It means if I was able to catch it in full health, I wouldn't have needed to do that. But I want a girl Cypher so bad for the fun of it. Yeah. It's 1 health point. How would I lose from a difference of 1 health point? We'll now judge the Pokemon that you've caught. We have chosen a winner. Are you ready for this? Placing third with Bugcatcher Benny, who caught a Weedle. I didn't even realize Weedle could show up here. Score is 300 points. What?! Barry? Did you really want me to keep the Poop Beetle? Yeah, really could use the Sunstone, but I don't want to give up the Cypher, especially after everything I went through with it. Guess next week. Oh, I didn't even think of a good name. I thought I had one, but you know what? Fire Ants remind me vaguely of Golden Sun Mars Ginny. So I'm gonna just quickly pull up a doc of all the Golden Sun Gins and pick my favorite Fire Gin name. Golden Sun Mars Gin. Golden Sun Universe's Mars Gin GBA line, which means probably doesn't include all the Dark Dawn stuff, but we'll deal with it. Ford, Corona, Flash, Cannon, Kindle, Reflux, Core, Fury, Fuge. This list feels kind of lacking. I know there's way more than just 3 Golden Sun Gin. and Golden Sun 1. Oh, wait, let me find Golden Sun Universe. That's the real wiki. Golden Sun Universe. It had the same it had a similar looking icon to the wiki. So that's what got me confused. Alright. I know they have a list of just all the Jin. Okay. There's the master list and then there's the list of the Mars Jin. Alright, here we go. The three I mentioned before: Scorch, Ember, Flash, Torch. Torch is a fine candidate. Flash kind of fits more fitting for Fire Ant. Cannon, Spark, Kindle. Oh, I like Kindle as well. Char, Coal, Reflux, Cord, Tinder, Shine, Fury, and Fatigue. What was the one? Torch or Scorch? Scorch and Torch are essentially the same thing. Which one is more feminine? Kindle. Oh, and it's a raises Pokemon. It raises your party's attack. So that might be worth going with Kindle. You know what? Sure. Kindle the Fire Ant. Hi, Hiker Anthony. I just realized I still have yet to the entire walk back to fight everyone to go through still. Running across Wild Abas quite often. I just realized if I want to use Kindle though, that probably means I would box both Polaris and Cozy, which are like two Pokemon that I was the least wanting to box. But at least we finally got the Stufus Cypher after all these years. Let me see what I got to work with. It's got really solid attack stat. Not as solid, but still decent in special attack. But the problem is, like, with a fire type, I would assume I would want fire type moves, and I'm pretty sure there's no physical special split. And again, Cozy's a really good fire type. Everyone's kind of high level anyway, so how does the team look if I do put Kindle on here? Feels like I'm like getting rid of everyone, though, just to make room for this. How bad would it be to have two bug types? I mean, it would leave me pretty weak to rock. It's grass flying, so I guess it would open up a slot for Saurian again. Do I want Saurian to have a slot when Floof is right here too? What I'm gonna do is we'll just take this team back for our backtracking saga and go from there. lines. Got you. You are weak. I just realized you were extra weak to rock. I guess Ducky might give me one. Ducky and Egg would give me coverage against rock. Water. This team is kind of lacking a good option for. That alone might be a reason to bring Soul Ran back out here. As fun as it would be to play with Floof. But I don't know if I really like Cypher more, I think about it, at least compared to the other Pokemon in my team. I mean, it would make it. And like having a flying type would leave me a bit more vulnerable to rock. Like I said, we got some backtracking to come back for. Here's what I'm gonna do. Kindle's gonna stay in the box for now. And I guess Silveran will go back too. When I make my way up for the Farfetch quests, which I believe we should run into by the time we get to the other town, and start to backtrack in order to complete that side quest, we'll bring the weaker Pokemon. We'll swap Cozy and Polaris back into the box for Floof or Soran and Kindle. And if we like them by the time we get back here, then I'll keep the swap. But for now, the rest of our old team stays. We probably need to like take some time to just focus on raising up Egg and Ducky anyways. But I'm not even sure I'm gonna have enough motive energy left in me to make it all the way to the next town. Well, actually, the whole quest that I was thinking of was a lot earlier on in the game, wasn't it? What's a level 5 Ladybug doing here anyways? It feels a little too weak for you. Wait, was this part of that side quest that, or was it part of that phone call that came up earlier? I think it might be. Also, I just realized if they are based by day, of course, if I'm going to keep playing the game on the same exact day, then of course I'm going to run to the same event. So I could probably like just grind up happiness if that's what it takes for Egg to evolve in this game from the haircut man. I don't know. We'll see how things pan out. I've definitely got options. It's so weird how similar Tangela looks to its original form. Like, there's something that seems kind of off about it, but it doesn't seem that different. Oh wait, are you a rock type? I guess they might be going for like stone fixtures. Oh, and those are snakes! They're not vines, they're snakes! I didn't even see the little eyes and the tongues until just now. So yeah, you're definitely a rock type. Which ironically enough makes this the perfect opportunity to bring out my knife. I I guess it's not a rock type. And you wouldn't be a dark type either, because that would still be super effective. And yet that did nothing. There's stuff that, I guess there is stuff that bug type would be weak to that normal type wouldn't, but it's still weak. Ugh. Is there a typing that would let it be part rock while still resisting or making it still neutral to the fighting type moves? Apparently. I am glad that, like, it seems to not be able to do diddly squat to me. That does make my job a little bit easier. Oh, come on, that was totally... I was totally trying to just set up for a Fairy Cutter chain, and you just completely botch those plans by doing nothing. I just realized if I want Egg to try to get experience, then... Ooh, hold on now. Dragon Rage this early on? Well, I was gonna say I can relearn Mud Slap at any time, but really, am I gonna use Growl that often? Oh man. Game's got me really excited to see what this looks like when it evolves now. I forget. The one problem with Mod... Yeah, I guess I'll call it Mod. One problem with mods is that, like, you sometimes can't tell when a quality of life feature is implemented and when it's not. You're not a trainer, you're like the one that lets me get the Sudowoodo quest, aren't you? No, I'll tell my sister and borrow her water bottle. Oh, now you can go all the way back. Well, at least I remembered I had the bike on select. Oh, cool. How did I forget that I never fought you? Is an unknown a threat in this game? I forget. Still, Ducky might be a little too weak for hidden power to... When it did so much though, do I even really want to attempt? Don't know if I don't really recall what... It kinda looks like a stone tablet, so it might be weak to rock. The real problem is I have no idea what hidden power would be, but apparently Razor resists it, so that's good enough for me. Okay, maybe not, but at least Razor can get the job done. Maybe a Psychic Rock, so if so, that would explain why it's only neutral. Oh, that's super effective. I think I gotta swap if only to like try to get some experience on Pokemon. Oh, you're new. What's this thing going for? It feels vaguely familiar yet completely foreign. You look like enough of a sea creature to be weak to electricity, though. So I guess I'll go based off that. Down you go. Prolaris. I probably should just keep Kendo boxed, if only because Prolaris is so OP. I think Prolaris might actually be stronger than my starter. Yeah, I definitely want Water Gun. Guess I'll get rid of Leer. I was gonna say I should check to see if I can learn Headbutt, but I think I actually tried that already. Alright, and you're you're either part psychic or pure psychic, so I should keep that in mind. I guess Ducky needs to experience a little bit more, especially because I'm so conflicted of whether or not to go with Egg or Magikarp. It really all depends on what Magikarp evolves into, but I'm not 100% sure if I have the patience to actually raise up the Magikarp to evolution level. Be a cool off-screen grinding activity, but it feels like I have so many other things that I can do in place of an off-screen grinding activity. Like, I can work on game design while I'm watching videos, depending on what I do. Sometimes that stuff is too hard to focus on the game while watching something, but it depends on what sort of thing I'm actually making at that particular time. Drawing, like, there's so many drawings that I've been putting off doing. I can do that while watching videos instead of grinding a Magikarp. Got my options set out for me. Oh yeah, I did ever go for the national park proper. That being said, I should probably like just go for this without the bike so I can totally soak in the music. Yeah, great. And yeah, there's trainers in here that I could probably battle, but I'm not sure if I want to do that now or just get the Sudowoodo quests over. Yeah, you know, with 2 hours in, I probably should just get Sudowoodo over with. Also, though, where was the opportunity to, like, sneak behind the fence to get that item? I know it was around here somewhere. I take walks in the park, but I never go into the grass. The trainers always want to battle. Pay attention, please! Oops, I have to thinking like a teacher all the time. You must be a Pokemon trainer. You're working so hard, I want you to have this. Wait, it's been so long, I forgot that, like, the person who gives you the Quick Claw in the original games is a teacher. I thought it was like a trope that only got started after Gen 3. Wild. While I'm over here by the entrance, though, let me just continue walking back. Especially because I can, like, double check for those items on the way. I can do a check for those items later. Like when we're walking back to the Sudowoodo. Alright. Before I head back, let me make sure I don't forget about the whole reason that we backtracked here in the first place. Oh, I have plenty of flowers, my lovely. When I told my sister about the jiggly tree, she told me that it's dangerous. If I beat Whitney, I wonder if she'll lend me her water bottle. Oh, you're better than Whitney! You'll be okay then. Here's a squirt bottle. Perfect. Don't do anything too dangerous. It's just a water bottle, ma'am. I literally have a razor knife as a party member. I'm sure there's far more dangerous things I could do without a watering can than with a watering can. Let's fight you before I forget. Then I guess we'll stop by National Park to see if I can find a way to get to that item. And then I guess we can just get Sudowoodo and be along our way. Do I want to try to fight this as Ducky alone though? I am tempted. I mean, if all it's gonna do is fall swipe, then I might stand a chance. But yeah, it does have other moves, so I can't get too overzealous. It's gonna take a bit, but I might be able to do it. Keyword being maybe. You know what? It might actually be better off using False Swipe. Not to finish me off, obviously, but it might actually be doing more damage with False Swipe than it is with the Metal Claw. I don't know why I did so little damage the first time. Yeah, like... that would have actually... if I kept doing False Swipe instead of Metal Claw, then Ducky might not have actually been able to do it, ironically enough. No. I'm gonna swap eventually, but it should stay in for the experience at there at least. And then swap out into, maybe Razor can do something. It is the only one of my level 20 Pokemon that's a bit behind in the levels. Something tells me that you resist fighting type moves. I guess the wing enemy. I guess the wing attack is a pretty good hint. And you were defeated. Hi, youngster Joey. Cedric's looking sharp. Yeah. I don't know if you still remember the whole rematch thing, but I'm getting to you. I'm so close to having an easy way to backtrack without like going through 90% of the game, and when I do, you will not be safe. Alright, I hate to ruin the music, but I do want to get this done. We're already at the 2-hour mark. I have to wait to fight the Pokemon fans again for a similar reason. And I could have sworn that like there's a place to sneak through. Oh, there we go. For some reason I thought these tiles like counted as walls. That was just for a paralyzed heal. I could have sworn there was like something good behind here somewhere. Oh, what's this down here? TM28. Like, surely, that reminds me of the other box that I picked up earlier on. Surely I got that one, right? Okay, dig! Okay, this is actually great. Because Egg really needs a better ground type move. half tempted to like replace Mudslap on Frosty as well, just have a little more coverage on them, but I don't know. Mudslap, having Mudslap on a Pokemon for the sake of utility might not be a bad idea either. We'll stick with having it on Egg for now and go from there. Right, I almost forgot where I came out from. I almost was like trapped for all of eternity. So, by accident or purpose, I did fight everyone up to this point. So that just leaves us to deal with the Goldenrod tree. Oh, and I never healed Ducky. You know, that's fine. We're not gonna be trying to grind for experience anyways, we're just gonna be trying to get Pokemon. I forgot to stock up on Pokeballs, but we should still be good. As far as we know, Sudowoodo could actually be a grass type in this game. Okay, I mean... I guess that's sort of a tree in this game. And like, I keep forgetting, is Dragon Rage like a fixed damage move? Oh, that is definitely a fixed damage move. For experimental sake. I just taught my opponent a move that can wipe out like half my team. For no good reason. Awesome. Like I said, not too many of my Pokemon even have more than 40 HP. Sorry, Ducky. Gonna have to take one for the team. Because no one wants to swap in onto that. No one wants to swap in onto a fixed 40 HP of damage. But man, like, Egg's really good if it gets that this early on. I was trying to check to see who would actually be able to do this amount. So you're definitely Ghost. Big question is, are you Ghosts and Grass or just Ghosts? Either way, if I could just throw Great Ball and be done with this before, like, I get my team entirely wiped by my own incompetence, that would be nice. I'm just gonna find out. Okay, you're Grass Ghost, which is a cool typing, but a little too worried about the fact that I gave it Dragon Rage by accident. To really be too focused on that. I think what I was gonna say is like, it feels a little too much like Punkaboo with that typing, but I mean, it looks cool. It's like got the haunted tree and a bird. It's definitely got a new look. Definitely is taking on that trope in a cool and distinct way. So I can't be too mad about another Ghost Grass type. It's not like we would get one in Pokemon Gold proper. The question is, do I want to use that on a team? Thinking more about it though, it might actually fill in some niches. Yeah, it's literally a dead tree. Sudowoodo are completely hollow and make an unnerving whistle in the wind. They gather near graves. What do we even call you? Why is the first thing that came to mind is Chicago? That's not even relevant to any tropes of the city. I don't think, at least. It's female too. Didn't I have a golden... Wasn't there a... I'm gonna pull up the Golden Sun list. Because I could have sworn, while I was looking up Mars Gin names, that there was a really... that I came across one that would be perfect for this thing. Besides Colonel. Torch... Fatigue, it might have been it, but... Sure, I wasn't thinking of something else. Maybe because I think the thing is I definitely remember there being like some Golden Sun gins that are tied to haunt, like Fury here gives you the haunt condition. But could have sworn there was more. Maybe not. There might be a Venus gin in Golden Sun that gives you the haunt condition that I'm thinking of. That would be a great name for this thing. No, there's a Venus gin that like cures haunt. It's getting late though. Snow White. Oh, I got it. Howl. I think I have to put a W for it to give me the vibe that I want, but like Howl, short for Halloween. Spooky-ish sounding name in its own right. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now before I end off the night, can I like sneak my way into a tree or two before I inevitably put this game away for another year? I don't think so. I mean, I've done so much walking, I know there's a tree like right outside this route. I might as well pick it up. There we go. Oh, and that's not an apricorn. Well, we've been going for over 2 hours. I think that makes a good point to end off the stream as any. So, thank you all for tuning in. I feel good that I at least got to Pokemon Fool's Gold streams in during the course of this year. Now I'm gonna be off to enjoy the rest of my weekend. Hope you all have a good one as well. I'm gonna play it by ear if I'm gonna do any more streams for the rest of the month. Let alone if I'm gonna do more Pokemon Fool's Gold, but no, there'll be stuff going on the channel that, unfortunately, because of like the stuff I was saying before of just falling a bit behind on editing, I don't think there's gonna be any videos on the main channel this week. If you follow the VOD replay channel though, I've been doing stuff with Pokemon Champions. So I have scheduled some uncommented Pokemon battle videos to go up there. First one actually goes up Sunday. I was gonna say, do I want to give you a link or just tell you to go to my channel and look at the description? But I just realized this is my stream. I can do what I want. If I want to throw a link into the chat, then I can do that. Just give me a sec to pull up the URL for the VOD channel. Replay channel. That's the Twitch end, not the YouTube end. But hey, it's in both chats now. One in the replay. So go subscribe to that, and tomorrow you can have a free Pokemon battle video. If you prefer Pokemon battle videos with commentary, well, I got good news for you. I uploaded my first commentated battle on Wednesday. No one's watched that yet, so I can almost guarantee that's something new and fresh for you to watch. And there's a Kirby Air Rider video that went up yesterday. That's about all I got in me though, so thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you back in the future. Until then, take care. I just gotta go back over here and make sure that, yep, we're good.